Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to the Bill Safranek Team podcast. In this show, we look back upon our careers as educators and coaches. We will talk with people that we have taught, mentored, coached, influenced, or had a connection with in our careers. My name is Mike LaPorta. I am the former principal of Freedom High School, the former head wrestling coach at Muhlenberg College, and a current real estate agent. Behave there, Anthony. Today I'm with Anthony Spagnola at his restaurant Adagio. Anthony is a local entrepreneur owning Adagio and Sotto Santi restaurants and the Hott Fitness Factory, all in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I got to know Anthony, as many know as Spags, as a competing coach first and as a sponsor for some of our sports teams catering events at Freedom High School. Anthony, the Spagnola name is pretty big in the city of Bethlehem. You have a cousin, Larry, who was a writer. You have John, who was a professional football player. You have Carmen, who was a retired FBI agent. And then there's this guy, Anthony, who is a former football player and a two-time All-American wrestler. Who is that guy?
Would that be me? Wow, lucky.
Why don't you tell us, going back, we're here to highlight your restaurants and your fitness factory. Let's talk about, first of all, how it all started.
So how it all started is when I met you too, is when you were at Muhlenberg, 1992, wrestling coach, my mortal enemy, and got to talk, got to be friends. You came to the Hott Fitness Factory. As far as my restaurants, Sotto Santi, I started 19 years ago. Pizza, pasta, wine, and beer every day of the year over there. Got into it, just wanted to be an educator. You know how difficult it is with kids, education, just finding your own route and nuance. Got into making pizzas. And subsequently, this was called the Lantern. About 10 years ago, I bought it, made it into basically a steak, quasi-seafood, comfort food place. And, here I am. And thirdly, with the Hott Fitness, just love to be in great physical shape. So you got food, that F word. You got fitness, that F word. And fun, that F word.
And before we began today, I told you no F words. So
who, me? Never.
Never. No way.
My Moravian dialogue would never allow it. Great diction.
Speaking of Moravian, think about your accomplishments, and you can't say that, the victories over Muhlenberg back in the early 90s are your highlights of your accomplishments. But what do you think? What were the greatest accomplishments that you had, athletically speaking, and in life in general?
Well, always, and you know how it is as being a coach, meeting people, and you have that team camaraderie, and that's what you want to develop here in the restaurant business as well. People coming in, that camaraderie, welcoming. You can go to any restaurant in the Lehigh Valley, anywhere, and make them come in, feel welcome, feel like you're one of your own, as the South Side has its own little nuance and little ethnic over there, and over here we have a little bit of a more mild crowd, which the bar is separate from the dining room as well as a banquet facility in our lower level.
Gotcha. So you mentioned that you had the two restaurants, Sotto Santi, which is pizza and pasta, and Adagio. Let's highlight Adagio. What makes Adagio that special place?
Well, I have this all-you-can-eat crab legs, $44.95. Can't go wrong. You come here hungry, you leave here filled, and love a beautiful, nice ribeye, lobster, filet, whatever your heart's desires, as well as we do have special pizza over here, specialized. So, we just try and have a little niche and a nice venue for you to come in and enjoy yourself.
So, talk to us about that specialized pizza. What, is it, I've been at Sotto Santi, and you have all different types of pizza, from, the Napolitan pizza, and then you have all these other specialty pizzas with different toppings and so forth. And here at Adagio, you have a specialty pizza. What?
Well, it's over here a little different. You have like a shrimp scampi pizza, which you can't get at Sotto's. Or you might have a little bit of it's called like a German pie, little different, little change. And it's really, accentuates over here as opposed over at Soto Sani's, as well, very good. But the standard and the staple Sicilian pie, and as you said, the Neapolitan pizza.
So you've been in the restaurant business for 20 plus years. All right. Why the transition to fitness?
Well, as we get older in age, and as you can attest, you got to find that way of working out, staying in shape, and being able to, function. So as we say, a body in motion stays in motion with the heat. A nice heated environment loosens up your muscles, lets you kind of like forget about your day. It's your little sanctuary. And I'm over there with, some dumbbells, some bands. I got, a stepper, and it really, makes you feel real well. I don't know if your video guys over can attest to your shape over the last 2 months. That's winning.
So I've had the pleasure of working out at the Hott Fitness Factory. I've been going there for the last 2 months, and one of, as an individual, we're not getting any younger, and one of the things that I found in my workout routine prior to joining the Hott Fitness Factory, and I was in the gym, I was lifting weights and banging weights, and really not hitting the cardio really hard. And then I just found it difficult to get into the gym altogether because you get sore, you don't, you're not feeling like you used to years ago. Well, personally, I started going to Hott Fitness Factory, and number one, it's no joke. It's really a tough workout. What makes it a tough workout? What do you think?
So what you're trying to put together is in a heated environment, instead of just like going in a sauna and sitting there, let sweat off, getting yourself your cardio going. And I think you forgot to say your beautiful wife Vanessa's there. What a younger version of herself she's looking at. I wish we had her here today. You should invite her. But and the yoga is very difficult too. So you're getting a routine, you're figuring it out. You got dumbbells, weights, and you got a 45-minute total body and getting your heart rate up, getting it down. And I've never really felt any better in my life than just this experience. And once everyone goes through this experience, as being wrestlers, you got that sweat, but can we still wrestle anymore? Do you want a broken nose or your finger or your eye? So no, but you get this workout, this sweat, it puts a smile on your face. And for you to come in there and let me kick your ass is so much better than a restaurant going, oh, this steak is a medium. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to send this back. No, you're in there. We kick some ass, and that's what we do. So get in there, and you will enjoy it. See these two in here, too. Should put the camera on them.
Wasn't an F word. So you mentioned the total body workout, which I think it's called a shred class, and yes. You have some yoga classes. Talk about the differences between the classes and the options that you have at the Hott Fitness Factory.
Right, so there's like 11 different instructors, and you can look it up online, Hott Fitness Factory. My discipline would be like a shred, so using dumbbells, a plank, a stepper, 45 minutes. Now another girl named Tina, it's called booty yoga. So no weights, and you're just going to the rhythm of the music, and it's just such an excellent feel-good time just getting there. Another girl, Jess, uses a timer. So you're on a timer for 45 minutes. Then it's funny. There's all these new terms. You can go on. It's called EMON, every minute on the minute. It's, just unbelievable workout. That's what she does. Then the yoga is a vinyasa flow. and constant movement. So really, I mean, you go there, you're never bored. You're not daydreaming. You know, all the instructors are there to like pump you up, get you excited, get you in shape. And again, create that environment. You want to come back. You want to feel good. You know, whether there's one person or there's 50 people in the room, I'm gonna get that. I love that workout, and I want my intensity and my pride, and my passion, pass it on to you. And everything, the food, the fitness, everything.
I would say, you know, being in the Hott Fitness Factory for the last 2 months, initially from the beginning, I think the most difficult piece of it is getting acclimated to the environment of the room, the heat. You know, I think yesterday I was in the class in the morning and it was like 111 degrees.
Yeah, it was a little cold.
It was chilly yesterday.
Chilly.
I realized that.
Yes.
So why the heat? What does the heat do?
Well, I mean, over the years, right, we can talk about back to the day of the Romans. They would sit in there, you're sweating, getting all your toxins out, right? You want to get it all. You always have to have a good sweat. So this is so beneficial that you're building muscle. As we get older, we all know we got to build more muscle. Cardio, yes, a little, but the older you get, your muscles. Who's a good example to look at? Arnold Schwarzenegger? Sure, 50 years later, you know, you gotta build your muscle up. So that's the intent, and that's like the progression of us in life. Kind of like you're young, stay the same as long as you can. What's the greatest compliment you can get on your birthday? Hey, you look the same. And then you get old. So what can I say?
You don't look that old, huh? There you go. So to our listeners out there and our viewers out there, and they say, yeah, maybe I'd like to try that. How long does it take to get acclimated that it becomes a routine, to make it an everyday routine pattern of behavior?
Well, I mean, it's a battle. I would start with a bar class, Barre, and her name's Stacy. You start there and you stay in the room. Even if you can't do the movements, you're staying in the room, a little bit of, you know, sacrifice, feeling good. You gotta like to sweat. If you don't like hot, you don't like to sweat, no, you're not gonna like this, absolutely. But if you stay in a room and consistently do it, consistent and repetitious, you know, within, you know, a week, 2 weeks. I mean, you've done it. You came in, your wife, unbelievable. I mean, it's just, and you have to have that passion for it. And the group there, you have a passion. I just fell in love with it, and you know, when I hope everybody else feels my love for this exercise. Just you know, feel good. You can look up online all the benefits of a heated environment.
Yeah. So the one I remember, you say this almost every class, don't wipe that sweat off your face. It's better than Botox.
Yeah, leave that sweat on your face, better than Botox. You know, like girls, you don't get Botox. Stay here, let the sweat in your pores. So good, so beneficial.
So here we are at a restaurant. We're talking about fitness. We're talking about, you know, diet and so forth. You know, what's the importance of that balance of diet and exercise?
Anything, excess of anything, too much of anything, right, is a bad thing. So everything in moderation and finding that balance. Like, got to eat well, work out, proper rest, and a small amount of stress, whatever you define or the semantics of the word stress is to you, you know, try and work through it and keep going. I mean, what else do we have?
I would say this, you know.
Yes, say it.
You know, if you were to give a bit of advice to a patron or a future patron or one of our viewers today, you know, it could be advice to, you know, lifestyle. It could be advice to eating habits. It could be advice to, you know, fitness. What would it be? What would you say to somebody?
A man might, you know, steal a line from Jimmy Valvano, right? If you laugh every day, you think every day, you cry every day, it's a full day. You know, same thing. So you're thinking, you have a good time, enjoy yourself. I don't think there's much more to life than that. It's just giving back, inspire people, and you know, What do you want to be, a pigeon or a statue, right?
I would say this to our viewers. I want to thank you for joining our show today. It looks like that we're out of time. I want to thank Anthony for his time, Spags.
And thank you, too, for inviting me
being
on.
here.
What a great time. We
Absolutely.
got Adagio. Then we got, let's get nuts over here real quick. Sotto, Santi,
All right.
10 West 4th Street. I won't do the fitness one, but let's go. Hot Fitness Factory.
Should have had a Hot Fitness Factory muscle shirt on underneath there.
I missed it,
you could have shown that. I want to thank our producers from New Street Digital for helping us create this show. And once again, to all of our viewers for tuning in, thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right, thank you.